This is like a delicate glass sculpture. Beneath their grandiose facade lies a fragile self-esteem that can be easily shattered by even the slightest hint of criticism. Exposing a narcissist's true self and confronting their insecurities is like tearing off a mask. It leaves them vulnerable, unable to hide their flaws and fears, and ultimately leads to their destruction. Mentally beating a narcissist is about refusing to dance to their tune by setting boundaries, prioritizing your well-being, and refusing to engage in their manipulative games. You reclaim your power and autonomy. Getting away from a narcissist is like escaping a spider's web. It requires a safety plan, seeking support, and emotionally detaching yourself, carefully untangling from their manipulations to regain freedom and independence. Sparring a narcissist is like seeing a peacock flaunting its vibrant feathers. Their self-centeredness, lack of empathy, and insatiable need for admiration are like the peacock's display, demanding attention and admiration. Examples of narcissistic behavior are like a one-man show. The narcissist takes the stage, displaying arrogance, manipulation, lack of empathy, and an insatiable need for validation, demanding all the attention and applause. A narcissist's lack of respect for his wife is akin to a puppeteer controlling a puppet. He manipulates and emotionally abuses her, pulling the strings to shape her behavior in alignment with his own desires. A narcissist's pursuit of permanent love is like chasing a mirage in the desert. They endlessly seek something that can never be truly obtained, driven by self-interest and the need for validation. Narcissist self-love is akin to a mirror reflecting an idealized image. It fails to reflect their true self and lacks genuine self-compassion. Their inflated ego and need for admiration distort their perception of self-love. A narcissist's ability to fall in love is like falling into a reflection. They mistake it for real depth and connection, unaware of the shallowness beneath the surface. Their experience of love is often superficial, driven by their own needs and self-interest. The dark secrets of narcissists are stored in a hidden vault. Within it lie their vulnerable and flawed aspects, locked away to preserve the illusion, perfection, and superiority they project to the world. Narcissists are like moths drawn to a bright flame. They seek individuals who can boost their ego and provide admiration, much like the warmth and validation they crave. However, they are often oblivious to the potential harm they may cause in the process. A narcissist's love for her husband is like an empty shell. It lacks the depth and warmth of genuine love and emotional intimacy. Their interactions are driven by manipulation and control rather than a true emotional connection. The fear that narcissists experience is akin to standing naked in a crowded room. The exposure of their vulnerabilities and flaws threatens their grandiose image, leaving them feeling vulnerable and exposed without protective armor of their facade. A narcissist's ideal wife is like a personal assistant. She caters to their every demand, boosts their ego, and prioritizes their needs, ensuring their sense of superiority and control remains intact. Narcissists' desire for true love is like hunger for a never-ending feast. They seek love as validation and a means to fulfill their own needs, constantly consuming but never truly satisfied or able to experience genuine emotional connection. Loneliness acts as fertile soil, contributing to the development of narcissism. It creates a breeding ground for self-centeredness and a desperate need for attention and validation, much like fertile soil supports the growth of plants. A narcissist's love for animals is like using them as props in a show. They may exhibit superficial affection to showcase their supposed compassion, but ultimately their focus is on their own needs and self-interest. Narcissists' pursuit of wealth and material possessions is like a bottomless pit. They crave more and are never satisfied. Money becomes a tool they use to feed their ego and uphold a superior image, never finding true fulfillment. Narcissist jealousy is like a green-eyed monster lurking within. They constantly seek validation and feel threatened by others' success or attention. Fueled by deep-seated insecurities and a need for superiority, jealousy emerges as a destructive force. In the end, a narcissist may find themselves in loneliness and isolation. Their manipulative tactics alienate those around them, leaving them like a crumbling castle. Once majestic and admired, it now stands in ruin, a testament to its own toxic foundation. Children of narcissists may unknowingly be drawn to partners who exhibit narcissistic traits. It's like repeating a familiar dance, seeking what feels familiar, even if it perpetuates unhealthy dynamics and emotional pain. They unknowingly replicate patterns they experienced in childhood. A narcissist's ability to be a good father is like a broken compass. Their self-centeredness and lack of empathy prevent them from effectively guiding and nurturing their children's emotional well-being. Their distorted priorities hinder their parenting abilities. Narcissists treat their husband as a puppet master worth. Through manipulation, control, and emotional abuse, they dictate their husband's action and use them as objects to fulfill their own desires. Narcissists can possess intellectual intelligence, but their emotional intelligence is often lacking. It's like having a sharp mind, but a blind heart, preventing them from empathizing and deeply connecting with others. Therapy can help manage the symptoms of narcissism, but a complete cure is unlikely. It's like reshaping a stone, smoothing its rough edges. Although the stone may appear different, its core essence and inherent qualities remain unchanged. A narcissist's ability to be happy in marriage is like playing a one-sided game. Their self-centeredness prevents them from prioritizing their partner's well-being, and the focus remains solely on fulfilling their own happiness and needs. Narcissists seduce by creating a captivating illusion. They shower their targets with attention, flattery, and mirroring their desires like a mirror reflecting their deepest desires. This draws their targets into the narcissist's web. Narcissist tears are like a calculated performance. They may shed tears to elicit sympathy and manipulate others' emotions, however. Their tears lack genuine depth and are primarily self-serving, used as a tool for manipulation. Sparring a narcissist is like deciphering a puzzle. By observing their self-centered behavior, lack of empathy, constant need for admiration, and manipulative tendencies, you piece together the patterns and clues to reveal their true nature.